Hi, so in this tutorial, we're going to show you how to update rates by the month. So very often here in the US, and I'm sure in other markets, the cost per point or the cost per GRP varies by month or by quarter. And the O3 app allows you to factor that in as part of your optimization because, for instance, the holiday season may be more expensive than summer months because there's a lot of people at home and they just want to watch TV. But it's seasonally different. So in order to factor for this seasonality, what we can do is apply these costs by the month. So to start with, let's make sure we have our time periods defined for uh, these these months. For instance, I'm going to start with defining months Jan through December, but for simplicity's sake, I'm only going to do 3 months. So let's say Jan starts at 14 to 17, 18 to 21, 22 to 26. And let's once we have these filled in, just think about it as extending to December because that's kind of what we're going to be doing. And we know that our rates are going to be distinct for TV. So by default, you're going to see a rate here for TV defined on the period, total period. So this is where you need to make your change. So the one here stands for the spend or the cost, or the average cost. So if it was $5,000, it's indexed to the value 1. So in order to use this rate column, we need to index our costs to the average cost. For instance, if the average cost was 5,000, the index is going to be 1. And if it was 5,500, it is going to be the ratio of 5,500 to 5,000, which is 1.1. If it was 4,500, it's going to be 4,500 indexed to 0.9. Let's assume that these were our rates for Jan, Feb, and March. And what I'm going to do now is copy this for 3 instances. Actually, let me just copy it 1 cell down so we can avoid confusion. And we are going to use Jan, Feb, and March here. And we're going to use the indexed values of rates to show that rates are changing I need a paste by value. Rates are changing by the month. So remember, it's always indexed by the average. So if your average was, say, 6,000, all of these rates can be updated to reflect on that index. So I would just use these now. And this is how you would go about inputting cost per points.
And then I would just also remind you to remove the total period line and the
So just a quick recap. You have your rates here indexed to the average cost, and you will extend these to the end of the year based on the rate monthly variance or quarterly variance. The cadence is completely up to you. And if you have multiple TVs on the campaign, ensure that you apply these across the different campaign channel combinations that you see to make sure that rate plays a factor in your optimizations. Again, anytime feel free to reach us for other questions. Thank you.